Hey guys, so today I wanted to share with you that I am going to be participating in the 2017 Booktube-a-thon. Woo! And I'm super excited. This is actually like my first time participating, which is kind of shocking since I've been on Booktube for like 2 years now, but I just really wanted to participate this time. I don't really do a lot of like reading challenges or marathons because I just never do a really good job, and this one seems like a really fun, and I recently just watched the video with all the challenges, and I like instantly knew some books that I could pick for these challenges, so I thought, why not give it a shot? I'll try my best and see how many books I can get through. So yeah, let's just get started and I'll go with all the books. I actually have like 8 books, so I obviously think I'm going to be reading a lot in the week of Booktube-a-thon, but I'll explain why there are more than the required books for this challenge. So yeah, let's just get started. So I have a book that I really want to read that like fits the first 2 challenges. Read a book with a person on the cover and read a hyped book. So for that one, I'm going to be reading The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I recently got this book as like a birthday present to myself, and I really just want to get to it soon. I've heard so many great things about this book. It's been taking BookTube by storm, and I'm super excited to get to it. I also hear that Angie Thomas is going to be at Y'all Fest, which, surprise, I am going to Y'all Fest as well this year, so I definitely want to read this book before then, which I mean I have plenty of time, but I thought why not give it a shot during this challenge because it meets 2 of the challenges. If you're not familiar with this book, it's basically commenting on the Black Lives Matter movement. The main character goes to a private school with predominantly white students. She lives in a black neighborhood. And one day she is driving around with her male friend who also happens to be African American, and they get pulled over by the cops and her friend gets shot in front of her. And I believe this book kind of just details the aftermath of what she goes through dealing with this, the court involved, what she deals with during the court trial, and all of that. So it just seems like a really good book. It is kind of a long one, and I know it's not a very good idea to do like long books during a challenge like this, but I heard that it reads really quickly and I just couldn't pass up an opportunity to read this book. So yeah, this is the first book I'll be reading. So the third challenge is to read a book in one day, and for this one I wanted to pick something short and quick, so I decided to go with Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. And I read his first book, Steal Like an Artist, back in college, and I got an opportunity to meet him in person also while I was in college, so that was really awesome. And I love how he just combines his passion for writing and art into something his own, and that was something that was very inspiring to me as a college student, as an aspiring writer with a very artistic passion as well. So I definitely want to check this out. I will be talking a little more about my writing in an upcoming video that I filmed, and I think this is just gonna really fit in with this because I've been having a little insecurities about publishing my work and getting it out there. So I think this will be very inspirational, and it's just a really cool book because it's got a lot of artwork, images, and like graphs and stuff, so I think it'll be a really quick read that I can finish in a day. So the fourth challenge is to read a book with a character that's different from you. And this one I was kind of like, I didn't know really what to decide. So I have 2 books here that I want to get to. And the first one that I really want to get to is Pachinko by Minjin Lee. This book I absolutely adore. I've heard really great things about it. It's about South Korean immigrants that moved to Japan. So there's a lot that these characters have that are different than me. They're a different race, they're immigrants in a new country, and I'm really just excited to read this book. I've heard so many great things. My mother read it and she really enjoyed it, so I really want to get to it. But the issue is it's a long book. I believe it's 500 maybe. Yeah, it's about 500 pages, so I don't know how I will get through this book in a week, but I really want to give it a shot and try. but I'll see how I'm feeling. I just am excited about this book, but the idea of trying to complete it in a week might dissuade me to get started on it. So I have a backup, and that is One Day We'll All Be Dead and None of This Will Matter by xoxo. And this is a collection of essays that talk about her life living in Canada, and she is Indian. Her parents are Indian immigrants, and I believe she was born in Canada. I might be wrong about that. And yeah, I just think this one would be a good shot to give for this challenge as well. So this one's a lot shorter, as you can see, so this will probably realistically be the one I try to complete for Booktube-a-thon, but we'll see. So the sixth challenge is to read a book you bought because of the cover, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be an easy one. I tend to buy books strictly because of the cover, but I usually I want a book and then I want that book in a specific cover because it looks better than the other covers. But this one was a lot more challenging than I thought because there weren't any of the books that I bought because of the cover that I was really inspired to read at the moment. And then I remembered What Is Not Yours Is Not Yours by Helen Oyeyemi, and I have to read this. It's a short story collection of hers, and this cover is just amazing. It's so beautiful. I love the gold lettering and the rose here. It's just a really beautiful book, and I didn't really know much about Helen Oyeyemi before seeing this book cover on Booktube, and I was like, I have to get this book. And then I learned more about her, and I was like, oh yes, this book looks beautiful, and she also seems like a really talented writer. And I have not read anything yet from her, so I definitely want to give this a shot for Booktube-a-thon. So yeah, I'm excited. Oh, I actually forgot one. It's challenge number 5 is to read a book entirely outdoors. And for this one, I was planning on reading Hold Your Own, which is a collection of poetry by Kate Tempest. I haven't read anything from her yet, but I hear she's a really great poet, so I wanted to check out some of her work. I thought poetry would be a great format to read outside, and it's a little bit on the shorter side because I don't tend to spend a lot of time outdoors, so I feel like getting a shorter book would be helpful. So yeah, for the challenge, I have to read 7 books, so I have 2 other books that I want to get to for the week of Booktube-a-thon. And that is The Reluctant Fundamentalist by Mohsin Hamid. And I recently read Exit West and really, really, really enjoyed that book. And I didn't even realize I had another book written by him until I was just browsing my rainbow shelf and I found this one. So I want to check it out. I hear this is also a really good, one of his better works, so I'm interested in to see what this one is about. I'm honestly not even sure what the story is about, but yeah, I'm excited to get to this one, and it also is pretty short as well. By the time you guys see this book, I have probably already published my mid-year freakout, where I kind of talk about how I haven't really been doing good with any of my like reading goals as far as like the book riot challenge that I was participating in. So I want to get better at that. So I decided to read Talk to Me Pretty One Day by David Sedaris, and this is going to check off the Read a Travel Memoir in the Book Riot Read Harder challenge, and also will be my 7th book in the Booktube-a-thon. So hopefully I can get to this one. It'll probably be one of the later books that I read because I want to complete all the other challenges on Booktube-a-thon, but we'll see. So yeah, so those are all 7 or 8 of the books that I plan on reading for Booktube-a-thon. I'm really excited to be participating this year, and I just can't wait to get reading. And yeah, if you guys are participating, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see who else is joining in on this reading week. And let me know what you guys are planning on reading for some of the challenges. So yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!